And I think we should give one more round of applause too for this band. It's been working all week. Thank you so much. And how many of you guys have had some fun at the games this week? Yeah? I believe that was Mr. Scott Moore and Mr. Dustin. Let's give them a hand. Thank you for working so hard this week to provide all that fun, planning in advance. And if you talk about planning in advance, there's no one who's done more of that than one lady who makes all this happen every year, works for months and months and months. Miss Kim. We wanted to give you a little memento of this year, so you have all of our names. We love you so much. Thank you for putting this on for all of us.
Now I can't say I never had been.
All right. I haven't done this before, but Mr. Sayer, are you here? I'm a little bit afraid. He said, call me up before you do mailbag.
I figured that the camp would love if I gave you this to cherish always and remember us by.
Oh, I know what this is. I do. I bet I do.
Yes.
I think it has something to do with Iowa. Let's see here. Oh my goodness, it is corn with pepper on it. It's as disgusting as I remember it. All right. Well, before we get going with our stuff, wow, that had a lot of pepper on it, dude. Thank you. Before we get going with mailbag, you guys are going to talk for a while because I can't now, and my mouth is burning. I'd like to get all of you on video saying our verse this week. So let's stand up. We're going to practice it 3 times, then we're going to record it. And seriously. Now, it starts out with what? How does it start out? Search me, O God, and what? And? Wait, okay, I won't even go through it here if you guys already know it. Do you guys already know it? Let's try it. Ready? I'll just say 1, 2, 3, and then I'll let you guys do it. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Pretty close. Pretty close. So it's search me, O God, and know my heart, and then what? Test me. And we're good on that. And then after that is where we get a little humana-ish. That part is what? See if there is any offensive way in me. Try it again. See if there is any offensive way in me. One more time. See if there is any offensive way in me. Then the last part, it's kind of all together. Lead me in the way that is everlasting. Lead me in the way that is everlasting. All right. We got a couple takes on this. Make sure you're smiling, because, well, you're pretty good that way. Here we go. I want to get everybody. If you can't see the camera can't see you. Are you ready? Yes. Here we go. Here's our first take. 1, 2, 3, go. No, that is not going to work. Way louder than that. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, go. close. Lead me in the way that is everlasting. Again, lead me in the way that is everlasting. One more time. Lead me in the way that is everlasting. No, that was good. We didn't practice it at all. So now we've had a couple practice rounds. Here we go. Here's our second take. Let me delete that one. Here we go. And 1, 2. Don't let the volume trail off at the end either. That was kind of like a little bit wimpier, but I know we didn't know it. Here. 1, 2, 3, go. That'll work. Give yourselves a hand. Nice job. That is wonderful. Well, now that's out of the way, it is time for mailbag. This is our last mailbag together, guys. Aww. I feel all emotional inside. Get over it, he said. We all do. Alright. Here we go. Mailbag winners for tonight are Nathan in 255, Ezzy in 135, and Vanessa in 105, and Rachel in 110. See me afterward. We'll actually meet over there this time. Great job. Way to go. Great job. Way to go. Great job. That's kind of messed up. Way to go. All right. Our first one. Oh, by the way, I talked with my website guy, and he said that Siri will be up on Sunday. So if you check on Saturday, Siri won't be there yet, but we're making sure that Siri knows all the answers to all of your mailbag questions. So all of those will be loaded in on Sunday and ready to go. Question number 1. Why are your cheeks pink? I know, again. All right, so I think I answered this last year. I don't know. It's not fun. It's frustrating. It's stupid, I think. However weird it seems to you, it's much more frustrating for me because it's only weird for you when you look at me, and it's frustrating for me whenever I am me, which is most of the time. But you know, it's who I am, and I pretty much have 2 options. 1, I can have pink cheeks and be really angry about it and wish that it was different. Or I can just be glad that at least I have 10 fingers and I can see, and I've got 10 toes. Yeah. You know, I spend a lot of time these days with people who are extremely grateful, and it is fortunately rubbing off. And I realize, you know what? If I had the option of being Diane with no fingers on her right hand or being me with pink cheeks, every single day I would pick me with pink cheeks. So, you know, you got your choices in life. You can either be upset about the stuff that you got that you wish you didn't have, or you can just be grateful. So, I don't know, but I'm choosing to be grateful. Does God ever get mad at us? Yes, absolutely. When we purposely hurt ourselves or others, I think that makes God angry. At least that's the way it works with me and my kids. If Ella's doing something that hurts Ella, that frustrates me a lot, and I tell her not to do it. And when she does something that hurts herself more, that's angering to me, and I want to make her stop it. Or if she does that to her brother, then that makes me angry with her. But as far as like, I think the way the question was asked is like, if I mess up, is God gonna not want to be my friend? And that's not the case at all, God is almost every time angry with you because you are hurting yourself and he wants you to stop. So if you stop, we're good again. Over and over and over, I just finally decided to answer tonight. Will you please sing Don't Be a Fake? Yes, I will. Can I get some band help on this one? And can I get some counselor help on this one? I need some creative counselors. And I need the handheld mic. Where are we? Oh, right here. I am not doing this by myself. I have 1. No. I need like 5. We're gonna wait here until they come up. There you go. Hang on. right, here we go. Yeah, let's start the jam. Here we go. All right, so counselors, come back here with me. All in line. All right, so this is how it works. I'm going to give you the line here, and whoever has the mic is going to sing a verse about doing this. So these are all things you don't want to do. These are what you would do if you were a fake. All right? So Mr. Moore, you're going to sing about this right here, and then when it's time, I'll cue you to pass the mic on after you've sung about that. I don't know how long it takes. Here we go. You gotta get into it though. You gotta get into it. Here we go. Come on. Here we go.
Use other people to get what you want. That, my friends, is not okay. Don't do it. It's wrong.
Put yourself first. Put others before you.
Oh, that's it, really? I think it's time for a chorus. Here we go. Everybody together. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. No, no, no. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid.
Don't make up excuses when you mess up. Like when you push your grandma down the stairs. Don't try to act like you know important people in this world. No, no. Who told me that? That Justin Bieber? That it was? I don't know. Don't be a fake. Talk about other people behind their backs. No, shouldn't do it ever.
Ready for a chorus? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. No, no, no. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid.
Don't take credit for other people's ideas.
Wait. You're not really supposed to sing well. We're all faking.
What?
You're not supposed to really sing well. Fake it. Here we go. Try again. Good try.
That was a good idea that I just had, wasn't it? That was awesome to change my voice like I just did. That was a great idea that I just had. Yeah, right.
Back to Mr. Moore. Here we go.
Oh, make others feel bad and make yourself look so good. You wanna make yourself look good, yeah. Don't they all look really good up here, people? Come on.
Don't try to act more Christian than you really are. Don't do it. People gonna see, gonna see, gonna see, gonna see.
I don't know.
Don't be a phony.
No, no, no. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid.
Don't lie to impress other people. And I have no rhythm. And I ain't gonna lie about it, because I don't have anybody to impress.
It just keeps going, man.
Don't cheat, steal, and covet. Like when I look at this guy's guitar gear and I really want to see what he has, 'cause I think it's really cool. Nice to hear. Don't do that. Don't be a fake. There you go.
Don't get angry when
Jerks.
One more, for real.
Don't pretend like you're popular and that popular people like you. Didn't I do a good job, guys? I know you all love me so much. Thank you.
All right, let's stand up. Sing it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. No, no, no. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Just you with the drums. Just the drums. Here we go. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. No, no, no. Don't be afraid. Don't be. Half time. You're afraid. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. No, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Don't be Okay. That might have been the wrong decision, but I don't know. We'll see. Next mailbag question. We are almost through these. Didn't think through that one. No paper airplanes right now. Thank you. Aw. How many kids do you have, and are you having any more? I have 3. Their names are Ella, Miles, and Adderley. And I don't know if we're having any more. I think it'd kind of be cool to maybe adopt a kid, a little baby? I don't know. Or have a girl? I don't know. Can you tell us more lessons you've learned and show us more charts? You know, we just took a lot of time not learning anything at all right now. So at the end of the lesson, I will show you, I'll tell you all of the other lessons that I have learned and show you some more other things. It's like a chasm out there. I throw it out and it just disappears. All right. When and where did you meet your wife? Junior high. We started dating, I think, pretty soon after high school. And it took me like 2 seconds to know that I wanted to fight through life not fight with her. Fight through life with, it was way more elegant in my mind, but now it just sounds stupid. Correct. You won't believe how many times I've thought of that. Why do bad things happen to people even if they love God? I wish that question didn't exist, but I don't know anyone that hasn't had it. So I'm going to go ahead and give it a shot. First of all, I don't know. I'd answer it similarly to what I said about my pink cheeks. Honestly, when you take a look around, not in here necessarily, but in the world, if you take a look around and you realize that every single person who was born wants good for themselves and not good for others, it's amazing there's any good at all. The amazing question to me isn't why is there bad in the world? The amazing question is why is there any good? If the entire world is just looking out for themselves, I know that doesn't make you feel any better about your situation at all. And that there's still evil in the world and it still stinks. But it's kind of amazing whenever you see something that isn't evil, that's God. Because just left to ourselves, it should just be all pure evil. The really important question that we need to ask is, when bad things happen, what are we going to do about it? And I'm not going to elaborate on that a whole lot right now because that's kind of our lesson tonight. But I want to encourage you to change the questions that you're asking. Instead of, how come all of this bad stuff has to happen to me? The bad stuff's going to happen. And you got 2 choices. Either you're going to have that bad stuff in your life and get mad at God, or you're going to have that bad stuff in your life and have God. And of those 2 choices, and they're the only 2 you have, the smart one should be relatively obvious. So, it's now time for review questions. So, get with your captain. to encourage you again to please. What cabinet is this for? What was your, okay, good then. 100. What cabinet is this for? What's that? Where's your counselor? Alright, here we go. Oh my goodness. Yeah, where's your counselor? Right there? Alright. Anybody else? Going once, going twice. I can still taste that pepper in my mouth. Holy cow. Alright, so counselors, if I can get your attention just for a moment. Again, please make sure that you know the answer that is coming up here with the heart that represents your cabinet. Make sure that answer represents you and your entire cabinet, but that's the answer that you want to go forward. Can I get help from someone in the back to move this chart up to here? No, for one of the counselors to tell me anything right. Thanks. All right, our question number 1. By the way, Kevin 115, where are you? Oh, that explains a lot, because you guys have 4 points. Nice work. 235, where are you? 235? Right back there. All right, cool, nice job. You guys have 2 points. And 105? 105, right over here, you guys have 2 points as well. So everyone, pretty much everyone else has 1 point, and 115 is just tearing it up here. So here we go. Question. Well, show up early and get in front, right? I'm just saying. Here we go. Question number 1. What did we... What's that? What did we learn from the Pepto-Bismol? What did we learn from the Pepto-Bismol? Oh, nice work. Don't focus on your problems. Is that 115? Oh my goodness. They are running away with the game. Is this... I know, it wasn't fair. Here we go. What was it that made me start to love playing piano? Really? Right now? Are you kidding me? Here we go.
Practicing every day and beating your brother.
No. That's not the correct answer.
So that you can do, you like notice and you're doing it for God?
No. I wish that was the right answer.
Knowing that your brother gave up because you passed him?
Oh, I did say that he gave up. No, that was not what made me start loving it.
To be your brother?
No. Never mind. Never mind.
When your dad said you should start practicing.
It's not what made me love it.
When your dad said
No, that's not what made me love it.
Give it to God?
No, that is not. Do you have any different answers? 3 more, real quick, go.
That your dad forced you to?
No.
Your dad.
No.
Because you loved practice, then you started loving to practice.
But what made me start to love it was the question. It was when I started doing it when I wasn't forced to. When I wasn't forced to. Sorry. That was a little much. Question number 3. Quietly. What kinds of gifts do I want from Ella? What kind of gifts do I want from Ella? You guys are going to have to move to the back. This isn't even right.
Gifts from her heart.
Gifts from her heart, yes. From 115, and we'll see you later. Goodbye. Okay, here's our next question. What did we learn from the video with the fast drawing on it? Did that heart come from your counselor? I think it came from him. Go ahead, quickly.
Even though we might fail, God still wants us to try.
Yes, absolutely. Nice job. What cabin? What cabin? 235. All right, we're going to do one more question. What does it mean your heart is broken? Oh! Nice work. What does it mean that your heart is broken?
It's not pure.
No, that's not what I'm looking for.
You're not devoted to Jesus Christ.
That's not what I'm looking for.
It means you have a lot of sin.
No.
When you like you have a lot of sin.
So you want to bring the volume down just while I'm not sure how loud it's going to be.
You don't do things for God, but you do it for yourself.
Oh, yes. Nice work. Have a number? 255. All right, nice work. All right. I think I'm done with this. Thank you. By the way, let's give a hand to the sound guys and the media guys back there for making this whole thing happen. Thank you so much. All right, so to briefly review before we move on to today's 3 acts.
Let's go.
I'd like to remind you, on Monday, we talked about Search Me, O God, and Know My Heart, humbling ourselves before God. On Tuesday, we talked about exposing our lies. We said, test me, God, help me to know the real me, who I am. On Wednesday, we talked about admitting our mistakes, and we said, God, if there's anything offensive in me, please show it to me because I don't want to do it anymore. On Thursday, we talked about risking failure, and we talked about the path that God has for us. Lead me in the way, and what is the way, and I want to run down that way as fast as I can. And tonight's our last night together, and so we're going to take a look at the very, very last section of that verse. The part that says that the way is everlasting. Because there are different ways in life. There is only one that is everlasting. We have several different options. Pretty much it boils down, though, to your option or God's option. One is everlasting, and one is really temporary. You guys remember the story about the wallet and stealing the money, right? How good that felt just for a second, and then it's over, right? So Act 1 tonight is hard times or Satan's opportunities. Satan wants to do one of 3 things to you when hard times come. He wants to make you bitter. He wants to make you ashamed. He wants to make you angry. First one is making you bitter. Bitterness, according to the Bible says, be careful that you don't let any root of bitterness take hold. Root like a plant. Because bitterness is something that starts out kind of small. Kind of small. Kind of small. I need someone kind of small. I'm tiny. I fit in my own pocket.
Right here.
Come here, Dad. Hop on. Oh yeah, it's not bad at all. This is how bitterness works. Bad things happen in our life, and we don't like it. Oh, hey, that's your seat, buddy. Bad things happen in our life, and we think, you know what? That's really not fair. I don't like that at all. I mean, God, I don't know what to do with that, but we kind of put it in the back of our mind, and we go on worshiping and praising God, and I can still worship and praise God. But the thing is, the longer you hang on to your bitterness, the more you feed it. Can you hang on there? Yeah? All right. I want to feed you. There you go. Okay. No problem. We go, God, I don't like this. I don't think it's right. I mean, and we complain a little bit to our friends, but mostly we keep it to ourselves, and it's manageable, right? But the thing with a root is, if you feed it, it's going to grow. I think we're going to. It's going to grow. Into, no.
Justin.
He may never talk again, but just let it.
Hop on. Not too bad. And you know what? The thing about bitterness is you can't really keep it inside for too long before it starts leaking out. And you start telling your friends, you know, I don't know why I have to go through this thing. It's not really fair, but you know, I guess praise God, he's got a plan or something, and you feed it. More than that. Yeah, there we go. Now we're talking. That's actually a lot like bitterness. The more you feed it, the more it'll take. And you start feeling sorry for yourself. And your bitterness grows.
Dustin! Pick Dustin! Pick Dustin!
No.
Pick this guy.
In the W. What up?
Go, man.
Let's go, brother man. I need you to do this object lesson next time.
I want to do it.
See, your bitterness, the more you think about it and the more sorry for yourself you feel, it doesn't get any better. When you feel sorry for yourself and you say, God, I don't think I should have this situation, it doesn't resolve anything inside. It only gets worse. And it gets messier. You hang on? I'm all out of sweet tarts, but I have some pudding. And I forgot to get a spoon. Go. No, I'm feeding you, buddy. Go.
Eat it.
Eat it. And it starts leaking out, and you start telling your friends, and your friends start telling you about their situation. You go, man, that stinks. And no one is saying, you know what? Why don't we be grateful for the things that we do have? But they go, you know what? I've got this problem in my life. You go, you know what? I mean, it stinks for me too. I got pink cheeks, and I wish I didn't. It's embarrassing, and it stinks. And you feed your bitterness. I think we're done. And it grows. Brother, I love you.
Dustin! Dustin!
You wouldn't pick me.
This might be my last subject for the night. Here we go. Yeah, let's do it, man. It's time to feed you. And you know what? I mean, while this is funny, hanging on to your bitterness, it's a lot of work. And honestly, it kind of becomes a part of who you are. You know, before I could just set my bitterness down and pick it up again, but at this point, I mean, it really kind of defines who I am. And you can see on my face when I walk up to you that it's not just me. I got a whole other load I'm carrying with me. And we say, God, it's not fair, it's not fair. Why can't you let me have a different life? And as you do that, nothing gets resolved. Your life doesn't get better. And it grows. No, it's you. We'll go slow. Here we go. You know what? If you hang on to your bitterness and you feel sorry for yourself and you don't ever get grateful before God for the things that you do have, and you only look at the things that you wish that you had, or you look at the things you think are unfair in life, your bitterness will crush you. It will absolutely crush you. It will define who you are. It will change your entire appearance. And you'll be that negative person. You'll be that person that can never see anything good in life and that can only see all of the negative stuff. Because that's what Satan wants to do when you have hard times. He wants to take that opportunity to plant that little seed, and when it's little, no problem. If you don't pull it out, it's going to grow. It's going to become a real problem. We said there were 3 things. First one was bitterness. Watch out for bitterness. Take that out immediately. Get grateful. The next one is shame. Some people feel a lot of shame when hard times.
I feel shame.
I really didn't want you to show up tonight. Hey, if we talk and you show any pictures, it's over. But I don't mean to make light. I don't mean to make light of what you're going through. I'm sorry you feel shame. Tell me why.
I feel like I make more mistakes than I should be making.
Are you doing your best?
Sometimes. But sometimes I get lazy and then I don't try. Then I feel ashamed and I just feel like quitting.
You know, that's not surprising. We all feel that way sometimes. But, Siri, I still accept you.
You wouldn't if you knew what I have done.
I really don't think that's true. I will accept you no matter what you've done.
You don't understand. Whatever you're thinking I've done, it's worse than that. Not even God would forgive me for this.
Hang on. There's nothing we can do that God will forgive us for if we bring it to Him.
You don't understand. This is really bad. I can't tell anyone about this. This breaks all the rules.
You know, Siri, I've been there before, but God forgives us for breaking His rules when we bring it to Him.
Oh yeah? What if I had said bad things about Him?
He would forgive you if you took it to Him.
What if I had told my friends I thought he was stupid and I didn't believe in him?
Hang on. Siri, I know from experience that if you do that and you bring it to Him, He'll forgive you.
What if I killed his family?
He would forgive you if you took it to Him.
You're making that up. How do you know?
Because we did, Siri. He gave us Jesus. That was His family. And we killed him. And He still forgave us. So He can forgive anything.
I guess you're right. That was the worst thing I could come up with.
Okay, so tell me what you've done.
I really don't want to. It's really embarrassing.
I want to hear it. It's alright. You can tell me.
I don't even know why I did it. I feel so stupid. No one has ever been so stupid and selfish before in their lives.
You know, I felt that way before. Actually, the Bible says that there isn't anything that you could have done that isn't common to all kinds of people. And so whatever you've done, God has already forgiven someone else for doing that same thing. Just tell me what's going on.
I went back.
Back where?
I went back to my old software on Tuesday. I don't know why.
It's okay.
I guess I was curious and I wondered what it would feel like and thought I would just try it for a minute. But
okay.
then it felt good just like it used to,
alright.
and so I
Siri.
kept it for a
Siri.
little longer. But
Siri, it's
now
okay.
it seems so stupid and
Siri.
I wish that I hadn't
Siri.
done. Yes, Janlin?
It's okay. I forgive you.
That's it?
Yes.
That was easier than I thought. Why did I wait so long? I really felt horrible.
I know. That's what shame is. Satan wants us to feel like our sins are too dirty to bring to God.
I guess if the sins were clean enough to bring to God, they wouldn't be sins, would they?
No, I think you've got it. They wouldn't.
I'll never do it again. I swear.
She's new with her software. Give her a break. Okay, but if you do, just promise me that you won't allow the shame to keep you away.
I promise. So I guess those are the only things that keep us from God. Bitterness and shame, right?
No, we still have a third one to talk about. Let's get into that. Bitterness. You gotta pull it out by the root, immediately. Not later on. If you let it grow, it'll grow. Shame, bring it to God. The last one is probably the most common one, and that's just straight up anger. And I have a friend who knows a lot about that because she's had a much harder life than I have, and so I thought I would let her tell you about what made her so angry.
Mostly what I remember from my childhood is that, like, there aren't too many instances where I remember looking back, being a kid, when my mom was around. Like, I would think all day long, like, when is she coming home? And then she would get home and she would lock herself in her bedroom. And then, like, when my mom was around, she would say awful things. Like, I distinctly remember my mom saying, well, you know, don't ever have kids. Because kids just ruin your life. Once you have kids, you can't do anything that you really want to do. My stepdad was an alcoholic, and he was really abusive. And I know, like, I remember them fighting. At night, I remember hearing them argue. And then my biological father, he was always in and out of prison. He was a heroin addict. He was also a well-known gang member. We would get letters from him all the time, and my mom would either read them to us or she would let us read them. And then my dad would call, and I would always know when he was calling because, or that he was in prison, because that's when he called and that's when the letters came. And I always knew when he was out because the letters would stop and the phone calls would stop. I just couldn't understand why he wasn't with me. You know, there were so many things going on in my life. Like devious from my stepdad and being neglected from my mom. Like, I always just wondered, like, why my dad wasn't there to either protect us from that or take us away from that, or just to be around to make things different, you know. When I was about 10 or 11, my stepdad ended up going away for a long time. And my older brother was like he was a bully. He used to like push us around, tell us what to do. His thing was always like, well, I'm in charge and you can't do anything about it. And mom left me in charge and I'm the boss. And so he was mean. He would like hit on us while my mom was gone. He would call us names. You know, I remember several times like hiding under the table from my brother. My sister spent a lot of time like locked in the bathroom. She was really afraid of him. And I spent most of like my childhood, teenage years like being locked in my bedroom, kind of just feeling hopeless and being really, really mad at everyone. You know, I went to prison because I was hanging out with the wrong people and doing the wrong things. And I think up until like probably about 2 years ago, I blamed it all on my mom. I blamed my mom for, I guess I blamed my mom for being there and my dad for not being there. Like if she hadn't been there, things would have been better, and if he had been there, she would have been so bad.
Act 2. God's plan is always better. Like I said, you've got two options. Bad stuff in your life with God, bad stuff in your life without God. Let's review the life of David real quick here. I haven't told you this yet, but David actually got told that he was going to be king a long time before he became king. In fact, when he was a little boy. And all this stuff that we've talked about his wives and all that stuff, all that happened after. Don't draw well, so I need stick figures. That's him as a little boy. When he was a little boy, Samuel came to his house and said, "You're going to be king. This is what God has said." He said, "Cool. I guess I'm going to be king." And Samuel anointed him, and I guess in some weird official way, he was king. But he wasn't king yet, because Saul was king. And as he got older, we run into that story that we had where, let me show you. You remember the Philistines line up on one side, right? And who they have? So they've got their whole line of people, and then they've got Goliath. Meanwhile, Israel has what? Well, yeah, actually, David wasn't in the army. Did we not cover that? He wasn't allowed there. They had their whole line of people, and they had their current king. Who knows what their current king was? Saul. And David goes out, knowing in the back of his mind that he's actually technically king in some weird sort of way. Or at least God has promised he's going to be, right? And this Philistine, Goliath, sitting at the end of his line and mocking God, and so he says, well, we need to do something about this. I won't go over the whole story, you guys already know it. But he picks up some stones. How many stones does he pick up? Ooh, yeah. We got various answers. We're going to go with 5. Picks up 5 smooth stones. And he kills Goliath. Now, I'm proud of you guys because you know the story doesn't end there. What happens after that? He takes that line of people and he chases them all down. He goes into the middle of their line. He chases them down. And I would imagine, somewhere in the back of his mind, as he's walking home, with literally the heads of people in his hands, he's thinking, this is the way it's going to happen. This is what's going to happen. I'm going to get back. All the people are going to say, we want David as king. And David is going to say, well, I'll be king. And Saul's going to step out of the way, and he's going to be king. Is that what happened? No, what happened? Saul happy about it? No. That had to really, really stink for David. I mean, you just took on the entire offensive to your country, and your king isn't happy about it. Here, I'll give him a little tear. There we go. Saul chases after him, and David has to run. In fact, if you take a look at the timeline of David's life, there weren't just one or two, there were several points along the way where he could have taken Saul's life. And everyone told him, you should take Saul's life. I mean, you're technically king anyway. So in a way, he's kind of chasing after the real king by chasing after you. But David said, you know what? That would be my plan. I'd love that. God's plan is always better. And so he said, I'm not going to try to take him out. It got really bad. David was getting old. I'm going to give him a beard here. I'm actually running out of that faint thing on. He's starting to get old. And it gets so bad at one point. Remember those Philistines? David had to go back to them, only this time not to fight. He had to go back to them and say, hey guys, remember me? My country doesn't want me anymore. Would you like a really awesome warrior? And so they took him in. Now, in my mind, at this point, you're supposed to be king over there, and instead you're in the enemy territory. You know, at some point I think I'd probably start picking up my plan. But David says, I'm not going to go with my plan. I'm going to go with God's plan, because God's plan is always better. And I'm not going to get bitter. I'm just going to wait for him to do his thing. Because at some point, God's going to put the last piece in place. And when it's his time, and I haven't forced it, what he wants for my life is going to become a lot more obvious. God's got a plan for your life. God's got a plan for your life. But as long as you try to force your way and make your thing happen, whatever awesome plans he has for you, he can't make it happen. Because you're getting in the way. It takes a lot of faith. You got to trust God that his way is better than your way. And those things that come into your life, either you can try to resist them and fight against them, or you can say, God, you know what? All the stuff that you've brought into my life, I don't like it, but I want you to use that to chisel all the parts of me away that shouldn't be there.
Ephesians 2:10 says that we are God's workmanship, that we're, in essence, his masterpiece. I don't know about you, but when I get up in the morning and look in the mirror, I don't see a masterpiece. So I go to him in prayer and I say, God, do whatever it takes to get things out of my life that don't need to be there. Mold me into the image of your son so that I can be your masterpiece.
Hi.
Whoa. Who are you?
I'm God.
No, you're not.
Yeah, you just said the person here I am. That's how it works.
Oh, okay. If you're God, then make it snow in here.
You know, if I made it snow in here, it'd be kind of yucky, and I really don't want to do that.
See, you're not God.
Why do you say that?
God wouldn't say yucky.
Yes, I do. It's a Greek word.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. If you're God, what does Lamentations 15:9 say?
Lamentations is a very short book. It only has 5 chapters.
Why is it so short?
I was tired of lamenting.
Oh. Now, if you're God, who's going to win the World Series this year?
You know what? I'm not so much into playing games. Why are you so much into playing games?
You are God.
Who gave it away?
You answered my question with a question.
I did? Yep, I do that. Don't I? Again, step right up. Here we go. Okay. All right.
Hey, what's this about?
These are the tools I'm going to use to make you into my original masterpiece.
Oh, okay.
All right?
Hang on.
Yeah.
I thought you were a carpenter.
That's my son. Here we go. Step right up. Here we go.
Whoa. How do you know what to chisel and what to leave?
I take out all the things in your life that aren't of me, kind of like dead weight.
Ooh, speaking of that, did you chisel right in here? I just can't get rid of it. I mean, the other went away, but this, I've tried exercising, I've watched what I ate, I even did Pilates for a while. That was awkward. But if you could chisel, right?
Can I talk or can I chisel? Top, chisel, top, chisel.
No, chisel.
All right, most of my children just like to talk.
Not me. Bring on the chisel.
Here we go. Alright. You have a lot of anger. Ow. Some pride. Ow. Compare yourself to others instead of me. Ow. You're lazy. But you pretend like you're really, really busy. You have a problem with lust.
Okay, time out. I do not have a problem with lust.
You don't have a problem with lust?
No, I can do it anytime I want. Okay. Wait. Maybe we can take a little time out. I mean, I think I'm doing pretty good.
You are doing good, but when you look in the mirror, who do you see?
I see me.
Okay, then I need to keep chiseling away because ultimately you and others need to see my son. Here we go.
Okay, hold on. Don't take this the wrong way. It's just that when I start looking more like your son, people get uncomfortable around me, you know? I mean, even my friends at church, they're all like, oh, you're holier than thou. Why would you do that, you know? I mean,
not what you're doing right now is you rather play God in certain areas of your life than for me to be God over your whole life.
I did not say that.
That's what you meant.
Yes, it is. It's hard to talk to you. I mean, you know everything I'm thinking. I'm just saying, you've done good work. Maybe we take a little break, a little time out, and we'll come back to it.
What you're doing right now is so common. What you're doing right now is called control. Do you want to control things in your life, or can I chisel? Control? Chisel? Control?
No, chisel.
Here we go.
No, can we chisel where I want to? It's called control. Okay.
You've been holding on to this for a long time. You ready for this?
Hurts.
This hurts me more than it hurts you.
Ow! I don't think you understand this pain.
Don't talk to me about pain. I know all about pain. I sent my son to die on the cross for pain, for sin, but I also did it for another reason, to give you freedom. Do you know what insanity is? Insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over again and expecting different results. And there are the things in your life, if you even think back to high school, that you've been doing that do not work in your life, but you go to these empty wells whenever you're hurting, whenever you're angry, whenever you're lonely and tired, but they do not work.
No, okay. I'm thinking maybe we
Thoughts
could...
are not my thoughts.
Oh, okay, but if we went another way,
Your
we
ways
could...
are not my ways.
Okay, well, look, I can't be good.
You can't be good. I've made you good. Be good. What?
Nothing.
What is it?
You wouldn't understand.
I, God of all the universe, wouldn't understand something one of my children has to say. Try me.
It's just... God, I've let you down so many times.
No. You were never holding me up. I hold you up with my victorious, righteous right hand, and don't you forget that. In this relationship, I hold you up.
Okay. Chisel away.
All right.
Just be prepared for what you're going to find in there. Because I know who's inside you. Because God, I get up every morning and I look at him in the mirror. And it is this scared little kid who gets up every day and tries to dress like an adult and act like an adult, but I can't. So just be prepared for what you're going to find.
You have listened to so many voices for far too long that aren't of me. You think you're junk, don't you? You really, really, really think you're junk. Listen to me. I don't make junk. What does that say about me? How can I show you that my love for you has no boundaries? I know. Reach in your back pocket.
What?
Reach in your back pocket.
Why?
Are you arguing with me? Reach in your back pocket.
God.
Yes?
I was just saying, God, I'll do that right now.
You were just saying my name in vain.
You know what? It's a name, it's a saying.
It's more than a name, it's more than a saying, it's more than a bad habit. It's a name above all names. I want to teach you something about my name. Reach in your back pocket. You know what that is?
This is a page from a journal I had when I was younger. How'd you get this?
Hello?
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead, read it.
I love Angie Holland.
Other side.
Sorry. I married her.
I was there.
Dear God, today, I'm turning everything over to you. I'm not going to hold on to anything anymore. Your word says that you will make me your masterpiece and use me to do great things. I don't see how that's possible, but I want that with all that I am. So please do whatever it takes to make me what you want. I love you, God.
I love you too, Tommy. And I love you too much to leave you where you're at. So this salvation that you hold, don't let it be some sentimental gush or some head knowledge. I want you to work it out in every detail of your life. And don't compare yourself to someone else, because that is just trivial nonsense. You are my original masterpiece. You were one of my workmanship, and you might find favor. This, don't look at this as a prison, but look at this as a father disciplines his child. A father disciplines the ones he loves.
I know, but it's going to be tough.
Yes, it'll be tough. But you bought into the lie, thinking everything was going to be easy when you said yes to me. It's not how it works. I want you to do something. I want you to look up there and I want you to say, Tommy is God's original masterpiece.
Tommy?
No. The way you see yourself, or you yearn so much for others to see you. The way I see you.
Tommy is God's original masterpiece.
Yes, you are.
Act 3, our last act for the year. Grateful lives or better lives. I'd like to tell you about when I was 9 years old. My mom got sick a lot, so I went to my grandparents' house a lot. Once when I went to my grandparents' house, though, we were there longer than I expected to be there, and then we started getting gifts, which would seem like a cool thing, except I was 9 and I knew what that meant. That meant that my mom was going to be in the hospital a lot longer than they had planned, and that things were bad. And so we got these little toys each day, and the first day, I got the toy and I played with it, and the next day I got the toy and I played with it, and I wondered how many more toys I was going to get, and I was hoping I wasn't going to get any more, but I was just going to go home with them. And about 4 or 5 toys into it, I started to realize things were really, really bad. And I didn't want to get any more toys, and I started to get angry about it. Like, why does my mom have to be the one that is so sick? Why does she have to be the one that's in the hospital, and am I ever going to see her again? But you know the one thing that made it all better? Nothing. It sucked. Really, really bad. But see, I had 2 options. One is get mad at God and say, hey, why me? Why can't I have a mom like all of my friends? Or I could get grateful and say, God, thank you for the time that I've had with my mom, because there are people like Jackie who never even had as much time as I had. In 120 seconds, Jackie's going to tell you about how grateful she is. 120 seconds. Here we go.
I have a really good relationship with my mom today. And that's not to say that my mom's perfect or that anything about my mom has changed. I think that I've changed. When I got sober and I got into recovery, I started to read the Bible every night. And I pray all the time. And today, like I said, I honestly believe that if I ever need help from God, or that if I ever ask God for help, that He'll help me. And I don't have to hate my mom for not being there. It can just be okay. And I can love them for who they are, and I can love them unconditionally because because I know that God loves me unconditionally. I don't know that I'm ever not grateful for like everything. When I pray at night, my prayer is usually the same. I ask God to forgive me for any of the sins that I've committed throughout the day, every day, and I'm always so thankful for everything. I thank God for shoes, toothbrush, that I'm not alone, that I have people to call, that people love me unconditionally. I'm grateful for everything. I'm grateful for being able to wake up in the morning. And having her makes me like totally grateful. She's happy to just wake up in the morning and see her parents. That's crazy. Mama! I don't know. And then some days when I start off the day and I'm like in a bad mood and I'm frustrated, I think that I just remember that it could be worse, you know. And I'm reminded all the time that how grateful I am for all of the things that I have. And I think most of all, you know, what I'm grateful for is that I don't feel like I'm so dirty that God doesn't want to talk to me, that God doesn't want to, that I can't pray.
Let's pray. Dear Jesus, we want to be more like you. And so whatever that means you need to do in our lives, Lord, we accept that. We know you don't want bad things in our lives, but when bad things happen, Lord, we want those to be used for your glory instead of for our bitterness or our anger or our shame. Lord, we surrender ourselves before you and we give you everything that we are, the good parts, the bad parts, the frustrating parts. Change us more and more into your likeness each day. We thank you so much for loving us enough to send your Son to die for us. With your eyes still closed, if there's anyone in here who still hasn't received Christ, but you now realize, yeah, that's something that I need to do, you can raise your hand right now and accept Jesus into your heart. Put your hands down. Everyone repeat after me. Dear Jesus, I love you. Thank you for loving me. Please come and direct my life. Guide me. Show me your path that is everlasting. I quit my path. I love you. You got a lot of stuff to do. Humbling yourself, exposing your lies, admitting your mistakes, risking failure, and trusting patiently. It's not something that's going to come easily, but each day, a little bit at a time. And you got counselors who love you and are wanting to help you on that path. Do we have more announcements before we go? Oh, that's true. A 9:45. You guys want to pick a cabin first? And counselors, do you guys have any more? I have 2 up here. Counselors? All right. The chances are really high right now for these 2 cabins. Okay. All right. And then, is any of the worship team here? No, they're all gone. Okay, here we go. All right, that's more like it. All right, I need a volunteer now. Counselors, you gotta help me out. I'm not picking hands. I've got, yeah, this guy right here. Set him up, quick. Go. There we go. No looking. Oh, good job, man. I believe it. All right, go ahead and open it up. Tell us what cabin is it? It is cabin 235. All right. Should we go now or do dream journals? Do you guys want to see my dream journal or do you want to go? Okay. All right. I'm going to need to plug in that guitar. All right, so the request was for more Iowa jokes, and for, yeah, right, exactly. I knew you would feel that way, but I still wanted to honor the request. So what I've done is, oh, I already had one up here. I'm going to sing you some more Iowa jokes, and for those of you who don't want to hear those, you can watch the screen instead, and for each one of my jokes, my Iowa jokes, he's going to have a completely unrelated dream journal entry from me. You need to stand. All right, I'm gonna try this one, man. Here we go. I think that's on somewhere. We good? Sure, why not? Are you ready? All right. Here we go. Nearly half of the people in the United States are torsos. I didn't say you like them. That's why you have the PowerPoints tonight, show. It's safer to fly in a plane than to fly in a car. Nearly all of the castles in America are located in fish tanks. 100% of people who give 110% don't understand math. Hammocks are responsible for over 90% of the cases in which someone who's overweight is forgotten at a picnic. These are facts. If you stretch the average person's intestines out from end to end, they'd scream a lot. 10 times more likely to get hit by a car when the driver's aiming for you. Most people can see the future, both during and after it's happening. How are we doing? Are we almost done? All right, these are horrible. They can also hold their breath for hours at a time in their hands. Yes actually means no 100% of the time. When the question is, can I give you some advice? Are we done? Hallelujah. There you go. I'll see you later. Oh, Aww, what? Oh, that's so nice. His cabin won last time, and he said, why don't we give somebody else a chance? Good job, everybody. So this time, if you're a cabin 240, have I seen you?
We forfeit also.
You know what? I've already seen you guys tonight, huh?
Pick somebody else, please.
My goodness. You got a lucky couple cabins. All right. Have I seen 245? No? All right, I will see you tonight. Goodbye, finally, everybody.